welcome to our 7th class. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're all managing to kind of keep up with the videos, fit them into your day-to-day lives at the minute and keep it nice and mobile and nice and strong for when we get back. So today's just a really well-rounded class. I've had a little bit of a request for some more abs, so I've just tried to introduce that in kind of gently, but bearing in mind that we do have to kind of set a class that kind of is, you know, what's the word, for everybody to be able to join in, and this includes pregnant ladies and postnatal ladies and people with back pain. So we're just trying to do kind of what I can to keep everybody happy. Alright, so we're going to start in standing. I'm going to just go for our top to toe neutral trek. So our head and neck gently fluctuating between our two extremes of movement, bringing that chin down to chest, looking all the way up to the sky. Just taking it nice and easy, nice and gently, being aware of that stretch, and then just coming to rest our head and neck in what deems to be that nice neutral position, looking forward. And then with our shoulders, we're going to take them up to our ears and draw them down into our back pockets, so we're getting this nice circular motion backwards. We're breathing out as we take those shoulders back. We're sinking the shoulder blades and gliding them down into those back pockets, trying to get them moving evenly. So if you're suffering from any kind of shoulder problems, one of these movements, you may feel that that shoulder blade does not connect quite the same as the other ones. We're trying to slow it down, get them activating together, opening up through the chest and connecting through the back of the shoulder. Just a couple more. Breathing out. And then come to leave them down there for me. Come into pelvis now, rocking it forward. So we're kind of arching that back, and then we're softening and tucking that tailbone in between legs. So we're arching that back. And again, just being careful with your extremes of movement here. If you do have back pain, not forcing it into the position that feels uncomfortable. Gently tilting that pelvis. Really good mobility exercise, just if you are feeling a little bit stiff in that lower back. Just gently moving back and forth. Connecting with pelvic floor and abdominals when you tuck tailbone under. So it's a nice exhale now and an inhale to relax off. Exhale now and an inhale to relax off. And a couple more before we come to just centre ourselves and leave it in that midpoint. So now just gently drawing it in between, engaging through our transverse abdominis and also our pelvic floor. So we've got those nice zips from back to front, and you only want about 30 to 40% of your strength, so not properly bracing but just gently drawing in, pulling belly button into spine, so you've just got that nice general connection throughout the abdominals. Knees spongy and soft. We hold a lot of tension around these areas. Quite a lot of people want to kind of lock out, push out through those knees. Just keep them bouncy, keep them nice and softened. We want those toes facing forward, and we want to feel quite well and grounded into our mat. So feel like you've got a nice connection between big toe, little toe and heel, and we can just gently rock back and forth so you're aware of kind of gripping into the mat throughout these 3 areas. Nice gentle little rock forward and backwards, feeling it on the heels, feeling it into those toes, feeling it on the heels again, into those toes, and then just gently coming to rest in the centre where you feel a nice balance between the 3. Okay, so for our first exercise, we're just going to go for some squats. We're going to make it in between our normal squat and a plie squat. So I do want you to kind of rotate those feet outwards this time, into the corners of the mat, but not as wide as a plie. We're going to take a nice breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to take our bottom backwards, keeping our back nice and straight, and come to sit down onto that imaginary chair, and then breathe in to come back in. So we're sending bum back, nice straight back, make sure tailbone is tucking under, coming to sit down on that chair and back in. You can pop hands on hips or wherever's comfortable for you. Breathing out, breath back in. Breathing out, we're sending knees in line of toes, but making sure that toes are not coming over. Sorry, knees are not coming over those toes. Taking it back. Just a couple more. Nice breath in and exhale. Last one. And now we're going to add in almost like a tabletop leg. So we're going to come down And when we come back up, we're going to lift a leg up, she says, balance-wise, into tabletop leg. Come back down, lift a leg up, into tabletop leg. So getting our rhythm. Breathing out, breathing out. A little bit of a balance challenge now. Exhaling, 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 exhaling. So same principles with your squat, keeping everything nice and tucked in. Then we're going to try and bring knee in line with hip, down, exhaling, exhale, exhale, exhale. Last one to each side, warming ourselves up through those hips and relax. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to add in some squats and swooping arms. So if your squat has just come out a little bit more into the air like mine has, we're just going to bring it back in. And what we're going to do when we come down into our squat now, I'm going to swoop those arms around so that we're back at the start when we come back up. So exhale, swoop, and back. Now don't let these arms affect the posture of your squat. So you're still sending bum back. Yeah, I think mine's gone round now. A lot of coordination with this one. Starting the arms here as you come down into squat. Nice big swoop, and arms are back at the beginning when we come up. Exhale, round. Inhale here. Exhale, round. Inhale here. Connecting with the back of those shoulder blades. Nice even arms. Couple more. Relax. Relax those arms down by your side. Okay. So we've got our mermaid now, but just to modify it and make it a little bit different, we're going to take those legs hip distance apart. We're going to come into our squat, so sending the bum back onto our imaginary chair, tailbone tucked under, nice and scooped here. And we're going to work here into our mermaids. Now, if you struggle in this position because of back, hips or knees, you can just take it back up here, do our normal mermaid. Breathe into fingertips, breathe out, draw in through tummy, over to your opposite side, lengthen up. Make sure feet don't lift. I want them to feel nice and even throughout your mat. So you're sending your body weight down equally. Nice breath in here. Breathe out. Okay, so keep changing sides, but if you're quite happy to come down into the squat position and do it here, we're going to work into our bum cheeks and into our thighs a little bit more. Breath in here. Breath out. Scooping over. Lengthening towards the floor and up towards the sky. Breathing in. Breathing out. Working into those legs. Breath in here. Breath out. Change sides. Again. Nice even weight throughout those legs. Try not to shift those hips as we move those arms, so independently moving the upper body, which is quite challenging, opening up throughout that chest. Exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep that bum sending back. Nice straight back. Starting to feel it in those legs now. Ooh. 2 more to each side for me. Exhale over. Breathe into fingertips. Exhale, change sides. Nice and scooped in the tummy muscles. Last one. And relax. Gently ease out of it. Lovely. Oh, okay. Another one, bringing upper body and lower body into it. We'll break them down and we'll add them together. We've done this before in standing. A little bit tricky if you're barefoot on a sticky mat. You might want to come off onto a carpet or a slidey floor. But we'll start just with arms first. Sending them forward. Palms facing one another. Wrists in line with shoulder. Shoulders connected. Nice neutral position. Exhale, swooping arms. Nice and easy. Exhale. If you've got a problem with your shoulder ranges, just making these ranges suit you. Exhale. Rib cage stays nice and still. Chest is nice and still. Rest of the body is completely still. Exhaling. Okay. breathing out on that circle, breathe in at the start. Breathing out on the circle, breathe in at the start. Couple more. Lovely. Okay, working on the leg section of it now. Legs are hip distance. We're going to keep ourselves in neutral as we squeeze the bum cheek. Take the leg back into extension using this glutes. So we're not making sure that we don't over arch the back and lose neutral at the tummy. We're tucked in here, we're breathing out, squeeze the bum cheek, breathe in, back in. Breathe out, squeeze the bum cheek, breathe in, back in. Exhale. Keep this nice and solid and nice and still. Breathing out, squeeze. If any of you do have a TheraBand or resistance band right now, you can attach it to something in front of you, loop it around your leg, just to get that added workout into the glutes. Breathing out, breath in. Breathing out, breath in. Couple more. We're going to change sides. So over onto my other side now. So I'm going to re-establish that neutral and make sure that knees are nice and soft again, lengthening up. We're going to squeeze the left, take it back, breathe in. Squeeze the left, take it back, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze, and in. Exhale, squeeze, and in. You may feel that one bum cheek wants to fire or wants to work more than the other, okay? So if you're feeling particularly weak on one side, you could stop the video and just do a couple more reps on that side, really squeezing and focusing on getting that connection with the glute. Couple more. Okay. Now bringing it all together, like I said, if you've got a sticky mat like me, a little bit more of a challenge. I'm going to come onto the carpet. So, arms and legs together now. As the arms are up overhead, we're going to take a leg back. We're going to bring that leg back in as the arms come back in. But then I want you to change sides. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhale, squeeze it back. Now, because there's quite a lot going on now, we want to really make sure we're pinning that rib cage down. We're keeping that tailbone tucked in between our legs. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, keeping those shoulders nice and even. We're still feeling that nice firing in the glutes. We're squeezing those bum cheeks. Keeping connection with those abdominals. Last one to each side. And relax. Lovely. Just a little bit of warm up now. Getting upper and lower body firing together, which is quite nice. Okay, so I've popped in some side leg lifts. We've got 10 reps and we're going to do 2 sets of these. So, side leg lifts are just those legs wider than hip distance apart for me. Transfer the weight down, like we do when we come into a squat, send the bum back nice and scooped here. We're going to transfer our weight over, say, to our left leg. Whichever one suits you first is fine. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. The other leg's going to come out here, okay? Just as equipment in the way. Now from here, it's this leg that's going to be doing the work. We want the toe facing forward, so we want to make sure you can still see those toes, so you're not sending the body weight forward, but you're nice and sunk down. And this is really going to start to engage the glute here. Now, I know some of you are a little bit kind of struggle with getting the raise, or it might set off some of your symptoms. So just holding this position here will really start to fire and work into those glutes. If you're quite happy to go into abduction now, keeping the pelvis nice and level, we're going to breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, feel that burn. Over onto the other side, send that bum back, transfer the weight now. Over onto the other leg, again, check we can see the toes. We're really getting some nice lowering, unless it affects the knee or the hip. Send the leg out, shoulders back pockets, hips facing forward. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Back down. Transfer weight. Straighten the legs. Shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other side. Ooh. Shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax off. Okay, shaking off 3 of those legs. It's fair to say we're warmed up throughout our glutes, throughout our thighs, hamstrings, everywhere. Whew. Okay, for some roll downs now. Legs hip distance, 2 versions as always, all the way down to the mat or into our extension, okay? So you'll know which level you're to be working at. I'm going to take that nice breath in here. We're going to breathe out, bring chin into chest, round through the shoulders, and we're focusing on the segmental control, okay? So try not to speed and rush your roll downs. Think about getting every individual segment to wake up by itself. So you're either now coming down into your seated position and into your extension, or you're continuing down towards that mat with soft spongy knees. Taking that breath in at the bottom. Breathing out, tailbone tucks back in. Let your arms hang nice and heavy. This is where I find it quite relaxing because you can just let them go. Tail tucked in between, scooping through your tummy muscles, feeling the connection with your glutes now. Gently restacking that spine. Continuing to breathe out. And shrug the shoulders, draw them down. Onto the chin at the top. Lovely. Let's go for a couple more. Taking it down. Loosening off through that spine. Feeling the opening and the separation now of those shoulder blades. It's quite nice. Gently toppling that spine, trying to get them all toppling one by one. Like a string of pearls. Gently down towards your mat. Taking that nice breath in at the bottom. Breathe out, restack. Squeeze those bum cheeks, scoop through those tummy muscles. Nice and slowly. Unstacking. Lovely. For some more now. Soft knees. Let the arms go. The arms, I think, just become like a little bit of a dead weight here and can just help guide you down towards that mat nice and slowly. Keeping scooped in the tummy. And taking a breath in here. Breathe out, squeeze those glutes, restacking. Lovely, we're going to go for one more. Nice breath in here. Breathe out, rolling down. Rolling, rolling. Rolling down. Lovely, nice control. Breathing in here. Breathing out, restacking. Good. Nice and scooped in the tummy. Unshrugging shoulders, untucking chin. Lovely. Okay. So now I'm going to just soften those knees and come down into our mats and straight over onto our backs today. Now do remember that if you are antenatal, so carrying those babas, and you are second trimester onwards, we want you to have that 45-degree wedge in. So we want you to be propped up by pillows or propping yourself up onto your arms in this position, okay? But always making sure never to lie flat on your back in any of the exercises and to have that wedge in, okay? For those of you that are happy to come onto your backs, we're going to find our neutral position. So setting ourselves top to toe as we normally would, head and neck, shoulders gliding down, nice neutral pelvis, legs hip distance apart, toes facing forwards, okay? So we're going to go straight into it, all right? What I want to do is a combination of scissor arms and scissor legs, okay? So we're going to start by taking our left leg to a tabletop and our right arm up towards the sky. Nice flat backs, nice engaged tummy, okay? And now we're going to exhale as we tap into the mat and the floor and inhale to gently come back. So this is going to be our first level, okay? You can just bring this down just to the arms or just to the legs if you're not feeling it, okay? So this is our first level, concentrating. I want to ideally aim for about 10 to each side, okay? If you're not happy with that, you want a little bit more, we can bring it into our double tabletop. Both arms up here, and we're going to tap here, okay? And again, we're going to go for about 10 to each side. All right. If you still want a little bit more, we can scoop ourselves into abdo prep, making sure that we do not overtuck that chin into chest. We are flat through the tummy, and we can work here, which is even harder. Okay. So again, for about 10 to each side. I'm sure that all of us can change sides thereabouts now. I'm going to come back down to that first level, nice and flat, and 10 on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice flat backs, 7, engaging through that pelvic floor, 8, 2 more, lovely. Come down from double tabletop or from those legs, just resetting the neutral. We're going to go for another set to each side, so either picking that first, second or third level, varying in that intensity. I'm again just going to go for the lower level, tabletop, arm up, breathe out, tap, 2, 3, 4, nice and scooped in the tummy, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Okay, relaxing down, changing sides, and 1. Making sure rib cage is pinned down in all levels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely, relaxing down. Okay, hopefully abs are starting to feel a little bit more connected now. Okay, so we're going to go for abdo prep, or we're going to go for some pelvic floor or TA contractions. Okay, so for those of you that are okay with coming into an abdominal crunch, we don't have any separation of those abdominals, and we are first trimester is completely fine to abdominally crunch. We're going to support the head and neck, glide the shoulder blades down. We're going to breathe out as we feel a tightening here, so we're not coming all the way off that mat, it's just that nice gentle up and down. Up, it's a controlled sit up. Okay, if you are noticing any doming in this area here, you may be coming up either too far, or you may have a separation that we're not aware of. Okay, so you want to take it easy, making sure it's controlled and all this region is flat here. So we're breathing out, breathe in, okay? If this is feeling too easy for you and you're okay to come into a double tabletop position, you can do that here, which is going to advance that abdominal work. Inhale, exhale. Or we can even straighten those legs, point those toes, which is going to be even harder here as we go for 10 repetitions. Now, for those of you that are completely avoiding abs altogether, I want you to focus on pelvic floor contraction. So I want you to feel that zip from back to front, squeeze in through the pelvic floor, through the transverse abs, holding for 10 seconds, and then gently relaxing off. So you're feeling that zip in, contraction, that flattening of the tummy, and gently relaxing off, okay? Otherwise, continuing with abdo prep, 3 different versions, very controlled for 10 reps. So go for a couple more and relax. Okay, now what I want you to do is come up into abdo prep and do 10 little pulses at the top range, Again, just being really aware of watching these abdominals and avoiding it and continuing with pelvic floor if you're not doing these. So we're going to come up. We're nice and flat. We've got flat back. We've got good control here. Little pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back down. And again, that could be with altering leg positions. Gently coming back up. And pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. And 3 more reps all the way up. Don't overtuck that chin. Keep them shoulders down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Oh, starting to feel that connection now. Gently back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back down. And our last set, scooping up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax, good. Okay. Hopefully abs are feeling a little bit more warmed up. Now we've got one leg stretch. I've put all levels in today. Level 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'm going to go through the levels. Stop the video at any point if you feel that level appeals to you or that's what you've been working at. I want everybody with back pain to refrain coming into double tabletop. And any of you that are antenatal, just for the sake of this exercise, please don't come into double tabletop and keep it lower level. So we've got level 1, breathing out, straighten the leg, breathe in, come back in, maintaining pelvic stability. So it's a straightening of the leg, in and out, changing sides. Our level 2, a tabletop leg and a lengthen, and back down. And again, it's all on the exhale, and back down. Tabletop nice and straight, lengthen it, keep it in line with this leg, bring it back and down. So this is our level 2. Level 3, tabletop position, flat backs, exhale here, inhale back, exhale here, inhale back, okay? Our level 4, we're reaching towards the outside of the opposite knee, okay? Sorry, it's this one. So we're making sure that we're reaching towards the bent knee. Reach towards the bent knee. Reach towards the bent knee. Okay? So you can feel the intensity in your abdominals build. And finally, our level 5 is to scoop ourselves into abdo prep here. And reach. And reach. Exhale. Exhale. Flat backs. Control. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out, and again we'll go for about 10 to each side, not overtucking that chin, keeping our flat back, nice control, pointing those toes, okay, continuing at a level that you're happy with, breathing out, breathing out. Couple more to each side. Relax, come back down from double tabletop. Hug your knees in one at a time. Have a little rock. So you can see how it really quickly starts to advance. And you can start to feel it in those abdominals. If there was any discomfort, you do need to make sure that you come back down a level, okay, in future. And the main aims are obviously to keep back nice and flat, to keep that pelvis nice and stable, prevent any wobble in there, neutral in all other areas. So yeah, I hope that worked those abdominals. Okay, so we're going to come back down. You just straighten up through the other leg for a nice hamstring stretch. Bum stays on the floor, nice and melted down with the sacrum, bringing that big toe down to you for that nice added stretch. gently changing sides now. Lengthening up. Big toe down towards you. Lovely, and down. Okay, resetting our neutral, we're going to go for a little bit of our, what I've popped in, crisscross next. Okay, again, crisscross unfortunately is not suitable for any of those that are osteoporotic for the rotator point of view, and also second trimester onwards. So second trimester onwards, I prefer you just to do a nice overhead reach. So we're obviously inclined, we are exhaling, arms over, pinning that ribcage down, and we're going to inhale back. Keep it nice and pinned, exhale over, floaty arms, getting them moved together, pinning ribcage, using those abdominals, and gently back, okay? For those of you that are quite happy to come to level 1 crisscross, we're scooping up into an abdo prep, okay? And we're going to take a nice breath in to prepare. We're going to breathe out as we slide one leg, so say we slide the right leg down, and we're going to come over into a nice little oblique prep and back. So exhale, it's a crossing over, so you're trying to get the opposite elbow towards the outside of the opposite knee. You're just coming straight over, so you feel a nice contraction here, and you're breathing in to come back. Exhale over, and again 8 to 10 on each side of this one. If you're used to working at that high level and bringing it into double tabletop here, exhale leg up, nice flat back, and we're coming over and back, over and back, okay? And again, 8 to 10 of each side. You are not bringing the knee towards the elbow, the knee stays over the hip. Nice tabletop position. You are drawing that diagonal across your body with your elbow. Breathing out, breath in, okay? So popping down to a level that you're happy with, and it may be that overhead reach exercise as well. Try not to strain through the neck. You're supporting that head and neck. You've got shoulders down. You're not over tucking chin into chest. You're just letting that head and neck stay in neutral. Exhale over. I can feel that in my abdominals just at this level. Quite tough. Couple more to each side. And relax off. Oh. Feel it in those tummy muscles. Okay, a little bit of a glute stretch now. Figure of 4 position, hugging behind that leg. If that's uncomfortable for your hips, scoop that knee in, take it across that body. Holding it there. Some nice rest breaths. Oh, lovely. Gently changing sides for me. Figure of 4 position or hugging that knee in. You might have a variance from one leg to the other, like myself. Lovely, gently relaxing down. Okay, so we're going to come into side lying now for a little bit of work. We're going to do some side lying hip circles. So setting your upper body up nice and comfortably. Whether that be long outstretched arm. Again, I always say I'm just a little bit restricted in space in this area, so I'm just going to kind of bring my arm around a little bit more here. As long as head and neck is in neutral. We want to lengthen out through those legs. Check we can see the toes. The body should be in nice alignment, nice and scooped in through the tummy. And we always want to leave our nice little mouse hole gap in between our waist and the mat. So you're making sure that you're not sinking down that waist into the mat, but you're staying nice and lifted, okay? You may want to soften and bend through that bottom leg. We're going to point the toe. I'm going to breathe out as we start to circle forward. Circles about the size of a grapefruit. Exhaling, exhaling, okay? Now try your best to keep that pelvis nice and still. So we don't want to see pelvis rocking back and forward and starting to feel an overarching of the back. The pelvis remains super steady and we're just working from the hip joints. You're going to start to squeeze that bum cheek as you come back. Squeeze that bum cheek. Squeeze that bum cheek. Lovely. Connect with those abdominals. Take it backwards now. Squeeze that bum cheek. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it forward again. Quite a lot of these today. Working through those glutes and legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it backwards. Squeeze. 1 and 2. Starting to feel this now. 3, 4, 5. Squeeze. 6. Keep everything else still. 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it forward. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and last time back for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, bring that leg over. Give that bum a good rub and a good pat. Just to give those glutes a thank you for keeping that leg up there and keeping everything nice and strong. Okay, whilst we're here now, let's go into hip flexor stretch. So you can use TheraBands, magic circles, scarves, anything that you've got to loop your hand around. You can even pull onto the back of your pant leg, or if you're flexible enough just to take hold of that ankle, we want to push those hips forward and try and get at least knee in line with hip. But if you can get it further back, that's going to give you even more of an increased stretch. And we're just going to hold it here for some nice breaths. So you should be starting to feel that stretch throughout the front of the thigh here. Lovely. Okay, relaxing off throughout that leg. Now setting up for some nice arm openings in this position. Just a little bit of a variation in our arm openings today. So remember that you want your head just at the front of your cushion or your towel, whatever you've got to hand. Those legs want to be nice and stacked. Check that heels are in line with the bum. Nice bend in the knees. We've got the arms palm to palm. We're right on that shoulder. We are lifted away from that mat. Okay. So normal arm openings, we're just coming over and back. Today I want to focus on kind of imagining that you're pulling a bow arrow back, keeping your shoulder gliding down into back pockets. We don't want to see any kind of shoulders hunched up like here. We're keeping it back, we're keeping it open through the chest. And then you're going to open up through that bow and arrow, take it over, leave your hips nice and fixed here. Don't let them follow. Keep them pinned, open up. Oh, that's nice. and then gently close back through that bow and arrow. So we're going to exhale, pull the bow and arrow back, opening up. Oh, that's nice. And then gently coming back. Exhale, pull, pull, glide shoulder down, open up. That's nice. And then gently coming back. Coming back. Feel that connection with the back of the shoulder. Draw in and scoop through your tummy muscles, opening up. Feel the rotation in the back. Leave the hips where they are. Leave the pelvis where it is. Gently coming back. Nice. Scoop it in. Keep nice and lifted away from that mat with your mouse hole. Engage through the tummy. Two more. Lovely. Coming to rest palm to palm. Really nice. Okay. So we're going to repeat those on the opposite side. So bringing our equipment over. Headrest over. So you've got side lying hip circles first. So again, just adjusting your body, your upper body. Again, I'll just adjust mine so I can come into view. Length through those legs, but yet we can see those toes. Still aware of those toes there. Nice little mouse hole gap here. Okay, soft bending that leg if you choose to. Obviously, keeping the leg nice and long will just make it kind of, you work a little bit harder because it's less stable. But you just want to focus just on the movement of the hips. Pop that soft bending. So we're going to breathe out as we draw our circles. Squeeze the bum cheek. 2 and 3 and 4. Squeeze bum. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it forward. 1, 2. Everything else is still. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it forward. Ooh, feeling the burn on this side already. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finally forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax off. Oh my goodness. Give that bum a good old pat, good old massage if it needs it. Okay, stretching out through the front of this thigh now. Again, trying to get kind of knee in line with hip. If you can take it further back, that's great. Feel that stretch and hold. Lovely. And gently relaxing off. And balancing ourselves out now with arm openings again. So just setting up that cushion. Making sure we've got the bend in the legs. Arms are out at the side. So you've got that pull back on your bow and arrow where you're connecting with the back of the shoulder. We're keeping lifted here, we're keeping pinned here. We're gently opening up. Oh, that's nice. And we're coming back. So we are exhaling as we open. Oh, good chest stretch too. Inhale, come back. Exhale, open. Inhale, come back. Keep that pelvis nice and steady, nice and still. Pin forward. It's really going to increase the range of stretch that you get in that mid-back. Couple more. Glide that shoulder blade down. Good. And gently coming back. Lovely. Okie dokes. So we're going to come on to tummy now. And we're going to go straight for it into some planks. Okay. So don't be worried when I say planks, because we've got 3 different versions of them, okay? Obviously planks is going to work general body, but really focuses kind of on core and abdominal region. So if you are kind of recovering from pregnancy or any abdominal separation, you have any weaknesses around this area, I do want you to just be careful with this, making sure we're not getting that bulge, making sure we're feeling nice and strong, so sticking to your lower levels. If you're quite happy, you feel nice and controlled, we can go for that 3rd level, okay? So with our planks, we can either do it from a 4-point kneeling point of view, where we're going to come down, we're keeping scooped in through the tummy, and we're keeping nice and flat in the back, okay? So our level 1 here. Our level 2, we can walk those hands forward, so we start to come into a straighter position, but we've still got knee contact here, okay? And the more we lower that tummy down, the more we're going to feel those abdominals work, but without dipping through that lower back. So you need to find that nice in between level here. Or of course we have our full version here, okay, working those abdominals. So I want you to pick a version that you're happy with, and we're going to go for 2 lots of 30-second holds. So finding that nice position and holding for me. We're scooping tummy in, we're pulling belly button into spine, we're engaging through pelvic floor, we're sending the shoulders down into our back pockets, and we are looking down into our mats, okay? Breathing normally with this one. Continue the breath halfway there, holding, keeping scooped in, trying not to take any tension around those shoulders, trying not to dip through the back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relaxing off, taking a nice breath. We're going to go straight into that next set for me. So again, picking level 1, 2 or 3. Shoulders down, finding that position and holding. Halfway there. And relaxing. Lovely. Okay, taking a nice shell stretch for me now. Watching hips and knees adjusting accordingly. You're quite happy to kind of come down into shell stretch, keeping those arms nice and straight. Obviously if we've got bumps in the way, we may be a little bit affected. Just do what you can, holding your breath. Lovely, gently coming back up into 4-point kneeling. We've got leg pull prone now. So I want to either do this from a 4-point kneeling version or from a full version, okay? 4-point kneeling version. 4-point kneeling position, hips over those knees, wrists just slightly further forward, gliding shoulder down, looking down into your mat. We're going to breathe out. We're going to straighten, come forward, straighten that leg, squeeze the glute. We're trying to keep nice and balanced. We're not dipping through that back. We're trying to keep that length in the leg. And we're going to breathe out. Breathe out. So changing sides, squeezing the glute, engaging through those abdominals. Or full version, I'm going to come down into that press up style position, not dipping into back but engaging here. Squeeze the glute, lift the leg. Squeeze the glute, lift the leg. Exhale. Exhale. We're keeping for about 10 to each side for me, okay? Breathing out, squeeze. Breathing out, squeeze. 3, 4, 5. Squeeze those bum cheeks. Keep that imaginary tray of drinks onto our bottom. Nice and scooped in your tummy. Last one to each side. Lovely. Relax back into shell stretch for me. Lovely. Restacking that spine nice and gently. I've gone for now some tap outs to the side. Again, not a traditional APPI Pilates exercise. Looks a little bit like our leg pull prone, but just a modification. So either again, 4-point kneeling version. You're going to tap out the leg, bring it back. Changing sides, tap out the leg, bring it back. So we've got tap outs. Exhaling, inhale. Breathing out, breathing out, breath in. Or we've got our full version, okay? Taking it out here, and we're tapping out. Breathe out. Breathe. Breathe out, okay? And again, just aiming for 10 to each side. Nice 4-point kneeling position for me here. Tap out. Scooped in through the tummy, tap out. Soft in the shoulders. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Squeeze those glutes, engage those abs.
There's Mother.
Couple more to each side. Last one to each side. Lovely, and relax. Gently just sitting back, lengthening up through that spine. Okay, nice one. Sorry if you heard any interruptions then. So we're going to come into 4-point kneeling now for a little bit of cat-cow stretch. So, cat-cow, a little bit different than just our normal cat. It's just got gentle more flow to the movement. So we're going to scoop up into our round back position. Take a breath in here, breathe out, reverse it and come into our extended position. Breath in, breathe out, scoot back down towards the mat, round the back, okay? Take care at both sides of this exercise depending on your stability and your back. So just nice and easy. Breathing in, breathe out. So we're lowering ourselves down, we're coming up into the extension position. Again, take care if you have split those abdominals just to keep this nice and soft here. Rounding up. And we get that nice flow of movement, the spine. Extension. Breathing out as we move. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, flowing that spine. Couple more each way. Okay, lovely. I'm coming to relax in the centre. Really nice. Okay. So focus on the last bit of this class now, just on some stretches, maybe some different ones that we're not quite used to. So our next stretch, really going to open up throughout the hips, throughout the inner thighs and the groin. So if we have any kind of reoccurring groin strains, do take it nice and gently with this one. And just listen to your body. So if you've got any kind of, oh, that's really sore, I'm not happy with it, just avoid this stretch. Okay, so the frog stretch, this looks a little bit like our shell stretch really, apart from the fact that we just really want to widen those hips as much as we can. I'm not very mobile in my hips and I am quite tight in the inner thighs, so some of you guys may be able to get a little bit more range on this one than I can. But we're just going to widen into kind of like a triangular shape. Yeah, that's quite stiff already, and come down into that stretch here. I'm just going to hold it. Some of you may be able to get quite flat against that floor, but for me, no. And just hold that stretch. That's quite intense. Taking some nice breaths in. Let's do some belly breathing whilst we're here. So some of our thoracic breathing. We're going to push that tummy down into the mat as we take a nice breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to scoop that belly button in towards the spine and we're going to engage through pelvic floor. Breathe in, feel that tummy. Breathe out. Scoop in, tighten. Breathe in. Tummy forward. Breathe out. Scoop and tighten. I can feel it ease a little bit, although it's quite tough. Gently coming out of it, so coming up onto those hands and walking those legs back in. Okay, so that was quite intense for me. Again, it might not be so for some of you guys. Quite a challenging position. Okay, so now to get in to the hips even further, we're going to go for a little bit of pigeon stretch. Now again, this may be quite tough for you, so we're just going to show you a modification if you're struggling. But in terms of pigeon stretch, it's quite traditionally a yoga stretch, and we want to try and get a hip forward at this kind of angle whilst we're sending the opposite leg backwards and melting ourselves down towards the ground in a hope that we'll get quite an intense stretch in this region. Now, some of you may struggle with your hip mobility in this position and might not be able to do this, or knees may not be happy at all. So, for that instead, I just want you to do your seated hug the knee in piriformis stretch here. But I just thought I'd put in a different stretch today, just to try and vary up our stretch routine a little bit. So, nice and tall in this position, knee across, and hugging it across that body, holding on for a nice stretch, or coming into that pigeon stretch. I'm trying to get that bend on the leg. Good for working into stretching piriformis and glutes there, but hip flexors on the other side, lowering down and holding that stretch. You can get your chest quite low, that increases that stretch. coming out of it. I'm going to just change over sides. One side might feel a little bit more restricted than the other. Oh, this is better for me, this side. Coming down. Holding that stretch. Feeling it into that bottom region. Or hugging in that knee. Oh, lovely. Gently just easing out of this stretch now. And coming onto our bottom. Taking a leg position that you're happy with, whether you want to pop your cushion under your bottom to keep you lifted, you can pop legs out like so. You can cross them, whatever you're happy with. We're just going to finish with a nice gentle spinal twist, so just take care with this if we are being careful with our rotation of the spine. We're just going to do a very gentle exhale to the side, pop the hand down and just apply a little bit of overpressure. Do not force yourself into this movement if you have any problems at the spine or you're osteoporotic, okay? Breathe in to hold, breathe out. We're going to change sides. Hand down, added overpressure to the knee. Encouraging a little bit more rotation. Exhale. Hand over. Breathe in. Just gets that little bit more range that you can't actually get yourself with the spinal twist, which is quite nice. So just taking it easy, not forcing it into anything that's uncomfortable, listening to your body and completely avoiding this if we are osteoporotic. Or we have any problems of the thoracic spine. Oh, that's a nice stretch. Oh, that's nice. Keeping nice and upright in your posture. Taking your time with it. Nice. Oh, I can feel myself getting a little bit more range each time. Lovely. Nice. Lovely. And we'll go for our last one to each side. And gently coming back to centre. Lovely. And we're going to relax off there, guys. So thanks a lot for joining and tuning in. I know loads of you have been absolute troopers, have done literally everyone up to date now. So, you know, just keep making use of them, and, you know, if I'm not producing enough for you, which obviously is a massive challenge for me at the minute, just go back to the beginning, just play around with them, just do as many as you want. Do feel free to obviously donate to support keeping us open. I always hate this bit, sound like an absolute charity case. Everybody's in the same boat at the minute, but if you can spare anything and you're getting value out of these classes, please feel free to just donate to the PayPal link, or if you've got our bank details, just transfer a little bit and let me know. That would be absolutely amazing. But all keep well. Hope this is helping your mental health as well as keeping you physically ticking over. But look after yourselves, and let's hope there's not too many more of these over the next few weeks, and that we're back to it as soon as possible. But take care, guys. Thank you very much.